I watch it. Like I watch him make the same mistakes. It's like, yo, every job that you go to, you start talking to these women. You flirting like, yo, you are HR's nightmare, bro. Yo, you flirting with them. You flirting with them, talking to them any kind of way and shit. And then when you get upset, or they get upset with you, then it's like, yo, then they report you, and then now then you get fired, and you gotta come home and explain why you got fired
from another job,
and it's always somebody else. It's always somebody's fault. One bitch called the house.
See,
and
get your ass.
She called the house. My mother answered the phone, and then she was like, she called him. Like my mother told us a story. Like she called him and was like, tell your bitches to stop calling the house. Stop calling the house. And she just said it to him real calm, and he started going off like, I don't know who the fuck, like, what you talking about, blah, blah, blah. She's like, just tell your girls, stop, tell your girls, don't call the house. Call your cell phone. But I'm looking at a woman that tried everything. That tried everything, and to the point where though she got tired. And then when she filed for divorce, that nigga showed up to court just on some shit, and it was like, yo, he was derogatory. I mean, he was just dismissive to the judge, dismissive to everybody trying to talk to him and shit, and and the judge looked at my mother and was like, she'll grant it because she saw the person that he was, and I'm like, damn, bro, because judges when you go for divorce, they be on that shit like, yo, you gotta go, they'll make you go to counseling.
Yeah,
they'll make you do 6 months of counseling, and if because both parties don't want to sign, if Shauna was to serve Mike papers and be like, hey, this is it, and he don't
I
sign.
love you, sis, but thank God that never happened.
True shit.
Because child,
they'd have been like, if anybody in here objects to it.
We love you, sis, but this ain't.
Y'all need
I'm sorry, y'all cool, but
y'all need another.
I would have been like, it's about fucking time. Shit, when the fuck was y'all going? Y'all wait so long?
I mean,
Shauna, we tried to have that conversation.
Shit.
Several times.
But truthfully speaking, like Robin told me not to press it.
Some people gotta live their life and make their decisions on their own, and it sucks when you can see it.
Absolutely.
But love make people do crazy shit.
You was trying. I mean, your mind. You was trying to be a wife. You was trying to have your family, or you had a son. I mean, you had a kid. You was with your dude. Y'all was living together. You was trying to make that shit work. And I appreciate your try. I appreciate your try.
I don't appreciate my try.
No, but at the same time, yo, we was also young. Like we was young. We was young as shit, making 35-year-old decisions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just looking back, and then just watching my mother, with him, and it's like, yeah, I ain't trying to be that. I was like, yo, because I started seeing him in me.
Mm-hmm.
With the flirting and shit. I saw him in me and shit. I was like, yeah, I ain't trying to be that or be on the other side of that shit. I'm good. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
A lot of it to me is kind of like a thing of, and I'm recording, by the way. I have been for the past 3 minutes.
That's cool.
Just so y'all know. Well, I figured once the conversation took a turn, we could start recording. Getting older is kind of realizing that like a lot of those behaviors are just like people who have their own like unresolved trauma, their own unresolved issues about their own relationships, and them not knowing how to process the shit kind of just like leaves it out in the open for really hurt people. I guess is what I'm trying to say. And if you don't have the bandwidth, or you don't know, or you just so immature that you can't work on a relationship or know how to treat another person because you fuck yourself over.
Yeah, most definitely fuck yourself over.
I mean, it's a thing, and hurt people, and unfortunately, and it's not exclusive to niggas, but a lot of people out here don't have the knowledge or the bandwidth or the maturity to be in an actual long-term relationship because, I mean, I think you've been in the longest relationship at the table. My longest relationship was almost 5 years. Your longest was it over 5 years or was it just 5 years?
Just around 5.
But relationships take work. Like, and it's annoying because that person is with you. They snoring in your ear. They farting in your bed. They get on your nerves. It's work having to be in a long-term relationship with somebody. And it's glamorized. I'm sure, like, we all want love and want to be in relationships, but it's work. And a lot of people enter into those situations not aware of the fact, or not aware of the fact that they're maybe not built for it, or they're not mature enough to actually deal with what comes with that type of interpersonal relationship.
Agreed.
I like what you just said though.
What part?
When you say it's work, and a lot of people underestimate it. Whereas though it's like, yeah, like motherfuckers like, yo, like you said, like, yo, especially I want to say especially when y'all niggas live together.
Yeah.
And it's like when y'all living together and
you don't really know somebody until you live with them.
That fucking part.
Because when y'all living together, y'all have an argument and shit.
The way I wanted to strangle that motherfucker so many times.
My God.
And y'all have an argument, and then it's like, yo, both of y'all go like, yo, if it was just your house, right? If it was just your house and that nigga was just staying there, yo, that nigga would can leave and be like, yo, and be gone for like a couple days. A few days, just let niggas cool off and shit.
Everything was in my name, so that's how I was able to put the nigga out. But that's another story.
But I mean, what I'm saying though, like, all right, so if y'all if y'all weren't necessarily living together, and then it's like, yo, it was just your place, and he was just coming over from time to time, and then it's like, yo, y'all have an argument, y'all going at it, and then it's like, man, fuck this shit, I'm out. And the nigga, yo, he can disappear. He can disappear for like, I mean, he can leave for like a couple days just for niggas to calm down. Just for niggas to calm down. But it's like, yo, now when y'all locked in and y'all in it, it's like, yo, you can't even, yo, you gotta go back in there.
I remember when my mother and my stepfather got married, and I told him, I was like, y'all married now, ain't no divorce in this family. So what's gonna happen is y'all have an attitude. Y'all got an extra bedroom. One of y'all going to the damn bedroom, sleep it off. Mm-hmm. God damn it. Okay.
But and that's what I mean. That was the thing. I mean, that's the thing about marriage that like I learned that. I learned that it's like, yo, even if y'all niggas mad at each other, you still gotta go back in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Even if you leave, like you walk out, you walk out that door, you still gotta go back in the house, and y'all niggas gotta hash that shit the fuck out.
Yep.
And a lot of times they be like, don't go to sleep, don't go to sleep mad, don't go to sleep upset or whatever. And it's like, yeah, that's a fucking...
I disagree with that.
I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I
disagree with that.
Fucking myth, bro.
Sometimes you have to sleep it off, get out your feelings.
I think that myth of going to sleep mad, I mean, that saying comes from, what if something happens? What if you don't wake up the next morning?
Okay.
Or something like that. And then the last thing y'all did was have an argument. I think that's where that comes
y'all
from.
Still would have had an argument, and now y'all tired, sleepy, you can't think straight because you ain't slept all day. Y'all been up arguing all night. Now you looking at him cockeyed because you're tired and you get on your nerves and he sneeze wrong. Now you
sneeze wrong. Now you about to throw a vase at his stupid ass. Your stupid ass.
Fuck you, Chauncey.
But you know what though? Nah, but I do acknowledge, like, and I think that a lot of people got a glimpse of what married life is when they got quarantined and you got stuck.
I told you, people hated it. Realized they didn't like their self, they didn't like their spouse, they didn't like the kids, they didn't like the dog. No. They didn't like nothing because you were stuck.
Y'all niggas
you were stuck.
You can't go nowhere.
Couldn't go nowhere. Had to stare at this nigga and his funk ass feet. All then you realize how bad his fucking feet stink because you was able to leave the goddamn house. Yeah. A lot of people realize a lot of shit during quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
I said that several episodes ago. I think I said that shit during season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, like I said, especially for the people who've been like in off and on relationships, and when y'all niggas break up, if y'all break up, but then it's like for one person it's like, oh, we gonna get back together, and like they just mad right now, but then the other person is like, yo, nah, I'm done.
I think that's what my son father thought. After I dumped him and put him out the house and stuff, I think he thought that I was going to, because we had broken up before, and I think that he thought that I was just angry and needed some space and all that, and I think he realized, no, nigga, I'm dead fucking serious. Like, stay the fuck out my face.
So you have to. One thing I've learned as I've gotten old, especially dealing with friends and cousins and siblings and their relationships, and everybody go through their drama and they mess with no relationship is perfect. Everybody has their trials and tribulations in relationships, but a lot of times you offer your support where you can, but also just back up and say, you got to make the decision on your own.
I had to learn that.
You're not going to lead till you're ready. You're not going to stand up for yourself until you're ready. You're not going to fight till you're ready. And no amount of me yelling at you or talking at you is going to get you to see that. You have to come to that realization on your own. And sometimes I'm like, can we talk about your relationship? I mean, we a decade removed at this point. Mm-hmm. When it came to
More
Shauna,
than a decade, actually. It's been almost 15 years.
Thank God for favor.
Bless up! Being in that position, being on the opposite side of that situation after the fact, it made me more clearly see what it was that y'all was seeing when it happened with another friend. And I was on this side telling them this, and this. And they weren't listening. They still wanted to do what they was going to do. But then you would turn around and come back crying to me about the same situation again. And like, bitch, I already told you what to do. Like, at this point, I feel like you just want to fucking suffer.
No, but
so now,
if we talk about the same,
being on the other side, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, if we talking about the same person,
I didn't see it then, but being on the outside looking in, I seen it.
The stakes were different though. Like we talking about the same person, stakes were different because them niggas was locked in, and it's a lot. It's
but
a lot harder.
They had gotten divorced. They had gotten divorced. And then started all over again. And the first question I asked was different. And I never got a clear answer. I feel like that was a legit question.
That was a valid question.
What's different this go around?
Yeah.
And that's not to negate the fact that they never actually stopped sleeping together even after they got divorced. I said, well, what was the fucking point?
But some people, I mean, it's their familiarity.
If they got a kid together, that pussy belong to them.
Bullshit. Speaking from experience, bullshit. Because when I was done. I never went back. You couldn't smell it on my fingers. I would have took my finger and went, here. I was done. And I had a male friend comment to me. He was like, I got other female friends who've been in your same situation, and he said, you are the first one that I ever saw say, I'm done, and actually be done. Like, didn't fall back into it, didn't go back sleeping with him, I said I couldn't take it no more. I said I fell out of love while I was still in the relationship.
Yeah, man.
So it was nothing attractive about you to me.
That's the dangerous part.
Falling out of love while you still in the relationship.
Yeah, when your significant other, when you realize that there's no arguments, there's no like,
I'm over this and I'm over you.
I'm gonna tell you
Start paying attention. Pay attention when they not arguing with you. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna tell you how I know that Keita was mad. Like Keita mad at me. Like she like really really mad at me. Yo, she'll fix herself something to eat and won't fix me nothing.
Oh, I've done that.
Starve, bitch.
I've done
and
that.
It's not even.
You got 2 hands.
Like, not even a starve. Like not even
starve,
a starve,
bitch.
Just get up, yo. Just get up and she'll get up and fix something to eat. And then
I came in the house one day with food for me and Trey, and I knew he was home. I knew he was home from work, and I intentionally did it because you got off early, and instead of waiting for me to get off of work to get something to eat or to pick the baby up from daycare or any of that, you went straight home, washed your own clothes, didn't wash the baby's clothes enough. You ain't had to wash my clothes, but you ain't washed the baby's clothes. You ain't clean up the kitchen. You ain't do anything, but go sit on the couch and play video games. And you could have picked the baby up early from work. You worked half a day, bitch. Half a day. I was still at work. You ain't do none of that. So when I found out that he was home, I forgot how I found out that he was home because he didn't call me. I think I called him to ask him something. And he told me he was already home. And I was like, oh, how long you been home? What, you got off early? He was like, yeah, I got off around, it was, what he say? It was no work today. So he had got off at like 11 o'clock. I think he had went in at like 7 or something. And he had got off at like 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh, so why you ain't go get the baby early from daycare? Even if you ain't go get him as soon as you got off from work, you could have went and got him and I could have just came straight home.
Yeah.
And so I intentionally stopped and got me and Trey some fast food, and I got in the house and he's like, you ain't get me nothing? I sure the fuck didn't. And I meant that shit.
You been home since 11 o'clock. You ain't eat?
That's how I felt at that moment. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. Was it Patty? Yeah. Did I give a fuck at that moment?
It was. I mean,
no.
You think I give a fuck because I don't?
I'm gonna get that put on the shirt.
Nah, but I understand it. I mean, I understand. I understand your side of it, and I also understand like his side is like, yo, not necessarily like not y'all both in the house with the baby, y'all both got a deal. Then it's like, yo, you got this golden ticket. You off, baby not home, baby mother not home, I'm gonna beat my dick. I'm gonna beat my dick. I'm gonna beat my. You know what I'm saying? But either way, but at the same time, it is like, yo, if I'm paying, we paying this daycare. I mean, also that, like, I'm paying this daycare. He's gonna keep him. But at the same time, it's like for you, you might need a break. Like you might need a break from doing everything. And it's like, yo, you could do something, or you could have took the initiative today and just did something. Or if you was in the house, like all that, like picking them up, like picking the baby up. If you'd have washed his clothes, everything would have been straight, nigga.
I also look at this from a slightly different perspective. And I see it from the perspective of a partner who was in a relationship with the person who had a lot of thoughts and ideas about the way they wanted things to be run, but never communicated that to me and would catch attitudes when I wouldn't just know how to act. I remember we were out one time. He asked me to go to like run errands with him, and I was like, okay, cool. But we were out. It was like a Saturday or a Sunday. It was a weekend. I was in the house like watching TV. I was like, okay, I'll get out the house for a little bit. So we went to Best Buy and went to all these stores and stuff. And we sat down at Nando's, and he had an attitude. And I said, what's wrong with you? He's like, well, when I go with my friend, we do this, and my friend offers commentary, and we do this, and we hang out this, and recommend things. I said,
I low-key hate that too.
And he went on this long diatribe about me not being supportive and all these things. And
shout out to the word diatribe.
Right. He went on this whole rant about me not being supportive and me not doing things the way he was used to.
Right.
And when I let him talk, I literally sat there like this and let him talk. We had ordered food and
not the Brian Gumbel face, yo.
Right, like
leg, the one leg over the left leg over the right leg, just a little bit.
Look, Shauna, like. And I literally said to him, we were sitting in Nando's, I said, I'm not your friend. Did you communicate any of this to me so I would have known that this is what you were expecting? Because you have all these expectations in your head, but you're getting mad at me for not knowing how to react based off of something you never communicated to me.
You know what?
Agreed.
Me and Keita had the same conversation.
But in my situation, not communicating this year.
In hindsight, Brandon now would have got up and walked. After saying that, Brandon would have got up and walked and went the fuck home.
True shit.
And would have said, well, since you want to be out here shopping on your terms, you take the train back home on your terms. Because I drove my own car because he didn't drive it to town. I would have been like, okay, well, since you want to shop on your own terms, you do that. I'll be at the house. Have fun getting home on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Keita had that same kind of conversation with Salita and her daughters because Salita would at first she was the type that she would have an idea how things would be done like dishes and shit be done.
Yeah.
But she didn't communicate it to the kids how she wanted the dishes done.
Right.
And then she yelling at them, and then she's getting mad at them for not doing it how she pictured them doing it. Type shit, like how Kevin Hart said, like I want you to do it how I pictured you doing it. And it's like,
but if you don't tell me how you want it done, how am I supposed to know how you want it done?
So, man, Keita was like, you gotta tell them, like you gotta show them how you want it done. And after you show it to them, then now if they don't do it the way that you showed them, or if you don't see that if they found a better way, if their way, air quotes, is better than your way. And it's still not up to your standards, then all right, you gotta say something like, clean it how I would like for you to clean it how I asked you to clean it, because that way that I know that it's clean, type shit. But I'm with you on that. I think in young relationships, we kind of lack the level of communication.
Yeah.
Like we like my mom used to apologize for not being a good example of communication, because I mean she really didn't know, like she didn't know how to communicate either.
Right.
And she was just doing what she thought was right, and it eventually led to a lot of arguments between her and her husband, and eventual divorce. But I believe that my mother was willing to change, but he wasn't. If that makes sense. Like,
yeah, it makes absolute sense.
Like even me pushing 12, 13 years, and it's like, all right, yo, I had to. I've been working on ways to communicate effectively versus just, you say your part, I listen to what you say.
Listening to respond and not to
I listen to what you say, not even just listening to respond, but it's like I listen to what you say, but not necessarily hearing it. Or and vice versa. You hear me, I mean, you're listening to me talk, but you're not hearing what I'm saying.
That's a definition of listening to respond and not to understand.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things like me trying to step outside of myself in the way that I'm thinking in that moment to acknowledge that, or acknowledge your opinion. I mean, even show you that I acknowledge what you're saying and I understand. I can see it from your point of view, because my thing used to be, if you can make it make sense, you can make it make sense to me, I'ma rock with it. Like, I don't care what it is. Even with y'all niggas, if y'all make it make sense. You say, look, we about to go ride this bank or whatever. Like, hey, why?
Because you gotta learn. You gotta ask fucking questions.
Because we need the money.
It's like, hey, yo, it's like, hold on.
I don't want to go to prison for y'all niggas. I'll be
like,
the one. I'll be in the documentary. Like, I told them not to do it.
Whole time, niggas in the jail. So like, yeah, but this nigga benefited from it.
I don't know.
Ask him how his house got paid off.
I don't know what they're talking about. I still have a mortgage. I have my statements here. I just paid it yesterday.
Ask that nigga how he got them damn Turkish them Turkish hair implants.
Not them Turkish hair implants.
No, I can't take
nigga gonna be sitting there nigga gonna be sitting there with waves. Like, nigga, your sunroof was missing 2 months ago.
First of all, bitch, Rogaine works.
I don't fucking do. Not hair club for men, my guy.
Right. Me and Bosley are well acquainted.
Bosley.
With that being said, welcome to this week's episode of Wine and Audacity, the podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Cigar, and I'm joined by two of my favorite people in the world. How y'all feeling this week?
I'm good. I just really enjoyed that conversation about relationships and communication.
It can keep going.
Cooling, I'm chilling, I'm straight.
That's good, Shauna. It can keep going. It don't have to end, because it'll be a good segue into our topic.
True shit.
Oh, this topic.
Jesus on the main line.
Tell them what you want. I mean,
not
honestly,
that shit.
We watched.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. But
no, legit, yo. That shit did just wow. All right, damn. Look at us. We out here. We smart and shit.
But you live and you learn and get loves. You live and you learn, and I think you have to go through shit,
Lord,
in order to come out on the other end wiser. And I think, to me, no relationship. The way I look at my relationships now is every relationship I have was successful because I was able to learn something and take something from it.
Mm-hmm. I can look at it like that.
A lot of relationships aren't meant, as much as sometimes we want them to last forever while we in it. Once you get out of it, it's like, oh girl, no thank you. But a lot of relationships are put in your life, or you go through them to teach you about yourself, how to deal with other people, how to deal with yourself in a romantic, situation or context, and also teach you shit that you don't want to put up with because it doesn't work with you and your personality.
True shit.
And if you walk out of a relationship after dealing with a person who may or may not have not been good for you, as long as you have that, what you learn on your back, hey.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, job well done.
Yeah, you always walking into it.
Thank you for the lesson. Don't come back around. But I thank you for the lesson.
Baby, ain't no spinning the block. I think I mentioned before on the show that I used to be a proponent for spinning the block, but now, no thank you. I don't want nothing y'all niggas got. I need something new.
Nigga, it is not hot in here, and I am not foolish. Okay?
It is not raining on me.
Mm-mm.
I don't want no country grandma.
Oh, I see what y'all doing. Drop down and get my eagle on.
Shauna, high five.
Oh my God, bitches is wild. No, thank you.
Won't be none.
It worked for them. I wish them the best, but no.
It is not still on it over here.
No.
I mean, she got.
I don't want none of your pimp juice.
I mean, but she got that good.
I am not a fan of Air Force Ones.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You are not my baby. Okay?
You can be foolish, but I will not be.
Good luck.
She just want to love him.
The way that I don't love you. How about that? Only you cannot make me feel, because I don't want to refeel none of that shit. Oh, baby.
I don't think about it over and over again. Okay?
I don't want to go to the movies.
It's not all in my head.
I don't want to go to the movies.
Man,
yes, I am unfoolish for your stupid ass.
Shit, fuck that.
Because you are not number one.
She met him on the south side.
At all.
two is a winner, and one will not remember because
you will not be in my grills. Okay?
You might have been at one point, but you're not no more.
Oh! Say something.
Okay? No, thank you.
Oh!
I want no parts.
None.
No parts whatsoever.
None.
Because I am finally happy without your ass.
Okay.
And I'm going down to the club to drop down to get my eagle on.
Cause
Flap the wings. Flap the wings. Cause, bitch, where the party at?
Yeah, because I am not the woman you love. And I don't want to rock with you. Oh, baby. No more.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, man.
That's the song for the episode.
Yeah, that's the song for the episode.
I just want
Ooh, baby.
Shit, thicky thick girl though.
Oh, God.
I don't know. No, nigga, after that heartbreak, bitch might be a tip drill.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Underlay, mommy. Yeah. Oh. What's poppin' tonight?
Get the head right. She there every day.
Every night.
Won't be stomping in your Air Force Ones over here, bitch.
Oh shit.
Big boy.
Big boy.
But she down for him.
I love that for them.
I wish him the best. It's beautiful.
Very much so.
Beautiful.
But ain't no spending the block over here.
Nah.
Cause she's real.
Nigga, that was J-Lo. That wasn't,
No, that was
Nigga, that was
Ashanti.
Ashanti. That's why she said she tell them niggas
and my
mind their
response
business.
to that is simply this.
Tell them niggas mind their business. They don't read me though.
All right. Wow. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, y'all.
Wake the hell up, Detroit. Detroit.
All y'all out there. I mean, all y'all out there. Y'all listening. Shout out to mama. Shout out to mama listening with them other nurses.
Oh shit.
The spoils without context for this episode are going to be so fucking hilarious.
Yes. Hilarious.
Wake the hell up, Detroit.
Like that.
Not flat app. Nigga, well, I'm watching 1-on-1 when y'all leave. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my shit. The early episodes after they added Ray J and them to the cast, I was
Hey,
under
yo,
the
I just seen a clip.
He was on 1-on-1?
Yeah,
when Brianna Arnaz graduated from high school and moved to California, and Ray J was one of their roommates.
Ray J took up.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, Willie was one of their roommates.
Willie Ray Norwood Jr.
Willie and Cal would pop in from time to time. He was their landlord. Mm-hmm. I love me some Cal Mitchell.
I bet you do.
That was my guy back in the day.
Even though he's short.
Yeah, most of them are. I just gotta accept. I told y'all my damn soulmate probably standing behind a tall nigga.
Let a nigga under your boobs, bro. Just back up.
Oh, hey.
Oh, there you go.
You comfortable? I know it's a little warm down there. A little damp.
Little damp.
It is warm outside.
I don't know. I got my all body deodorant today. It's dry.
Oh, shit.
I will say that this is probably one of my favorite times.
My big titty sis know what we talk about.
One of my favorite times of the year because the sun doesn't really go down until like 9 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. And cherries are in season.
They are. And they are fantastic.
They're fucking $11 a pound at Giant, but
they always high as fucking Giant, though.
Brandon out here popping cherries, yo. That's crazy.
They call them Giant because that's what their prices are. I ain't gonna lie.
I did at one point. But that's a lie. No. I didn't do that. There ain't no cherries in the back. It's just the prostate. But anyway. No commentary, niggas?
I
don't know what to say. I don't know.
That one took the cake. This nigga said, well, actually, technically, he probably is popping the tray.
If something start bleeding back there.
Oh, no, it ain't got to be bleeding over with you already.
Can we let's have a quick, before we get into our topic, What were we talking about before this? ADHD moment. It came and went.
Came and went.
What were we talking about before this?
The name of Shauna porno movie.
Oh, bitch.
It came.
Yeah, because I came and he went. Bye.
Thunderdome 14.
Going about your
The
business.
blackening.
Yo, cute Tina Turner.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
I get it. Miss was trying to like she was in Mad Max.
Listen. What you about to do a nigga fast?
I've been there too. You see me sweating. I was
what you about
just
to
like
do?
this back then. What you doing? Oh, you can't tell?
Relax. Oh, you must. Yo. I'm going to bed.
I think being big got me in that mess in the first place.
This has been Why Nowadays in the podcast.
Pin back like the chicken wings. Just
Tied up like a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back, y'all. And we back, y'all. Hey. Hope y'all enjoyed that very spirited conversation about things and relationships and
Hey, bitch.
maybe we should have a whole relationship talking about relationship. That's the ADHD. Maybe we should have an episode just talking about relationships and like life lessons learned. And maybe that's a good idea.
Let's do it.
That should be an episode. We should have Keto on.
I'm with that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, you also
I added to the production notes.
I mean, you also said it that you wanted to do. That you also said that you wanted to do something about us being married, like so young and shit like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hold on.
so
Add this to the production note.
So out there, to our 15 listeners.
Nigga, we are up to 30 now.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Put respect on the other 15 people's names.
I am so
They like our little rinky
sorry.
dink podcast, okay?
That's what Keon be saying.
Listen, hey, yo, look, why you bullshitting, yo? I be playing Wanda Pie TikToks at work, just cause. I'm like, yo, now tell me what you do in this situation. It's like, what the fuck were y'all talking about? It's like,
Go listen to that episode.
No, but the one that I think everybody like is the fact that Joe, you took your mother all the way, your mother took you all the way downtown, and and wasn't nothing wrong with your black ass, yo. You just couldn't listen. I'm sorry, you didn't want to listen. And so for my teacher friends, that's the story of y'all fucking life. Like, oh, little bitch, you hear me talking to you,
huh?
Like you could tell them stop, don't do that, and they'll look you dead in your face. Don't you knock that down. Put it down. Come over here as soon as you get up. You mother.
Get out. Talking about cats?
Nah, kids and kids.
Because the cats will look at
Kids
you and
and
be
cats
like,
are the same thing.
Yo,
They the same thing.
you be like, don't touch
They're both
that.
assholes.
You be looking at them like, don't touch that. Sit down. Or then get up and go across and hit another student. Like, no, why?
Like that child of mine over there.
Like, why?
The furry one, not the one I birthed. Cause she laid out on the couch right now like she works some fucking well.
she do. She works somewhere. It's called Jaws Nerves.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, she worked the shit out your nerves. And then be looking at you like, clean my shit.
No, I'll clean it if I stick a fucking nose in it.
Oh, you petty bitch.
Let's move on to our actual topic.
Yes, sir.
You ready for this foolishness, Shauna?
I guess.
That you recommended?
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Maybe we should do this this type of episode more often. But anyway, so Shauna had me and Aaron watch a documentary called "Tell Them You Love Me," and it is the story of a woman by the name of Anna Stubblefield and a man by the name of Derek Johnson. This article that we read is in Forbes magazine, and it's entitled The bizarre true story behind Netflix's Tell Them You Love Me. That speech came out wrong because I was trying to hold in a cough. My bad, y'all. And it poses the question, where is Anna Stubblefield now? The article reads...
In hell.
Well, not really. But the article was written by Monica Mercuri. And the article reads... Netflix's newest true crime documentary, Tell Them You Love Me, is currently the #2 movie on the streaming platform. This article came out last month, June 20th. While watching the film, you may have questions about what happened in real life, including where Anna Stubblefield is now. Directed by Nick August Perna, Netflix's Tell Them You Love Me delves into the controversial relationship between a white, able-bodied professor and a nonverbal black man with cerebral palsy, which led to a nationwide debate over power dynamics, disability, and race, after the man said that he couldn't give consent, according to Netflix's Tudum. The documentary centers on whether Johnson, who is nonverbal, could communicate through FC communication and give consent. The court initially answered no to the question of consent, and Anna Stubblefield was sentenced to 2 12-year terms in 2015. That didn't mark the end of the Strange case. The professor's initial conviction was overturned, and she was released after 2 years after pleading to a lesser sentence. Tell Them You Love Me centers on first-hand testimony from Stubblefield, Johnson's family members, FC expert Howard Shane, and disabled anthropologist and Professor Diva Kasnitz to tell the story of what happened. Just a quick synopsis of the story. Anna Stubblefield and Derek Johnson crossed paths in 2009 through his brother John Johnson. John was a PhD student at Rutgers University and took Stubblefield's philosophy and disability studies class. After class, he approached the professor to learn more about facilitated communication, or FC, which is a technique Stubblefield was familiar with after watching her mother use it for 20 years. After speaking with DJ's mother, Daisy Johnson, the married ethics professor offered to facilitate DJ herself. She was going to move mountains, and I accepted her at her word, Daisy says in Tell Them You Love Me. FC communication is an assisted typing technique where a facilitator physically supports a person's hand or arm as they point to letters on a page or keyboard, spelling out words. However, the American Speech Language Hearing Association describes FC communication as a discredited technique that should not be used. The association says that there is extensive scientific evidence that messages are authored by the facilitator rather than the person with the disability. Stubblefield said that she successfully taught DJ how to communicate through FC, and with her assistance, he began taking a university class. The professor claimed that Johnson was an intellectual trapped in a body that could not communicate. But just 5 years before, a clinical psychologist named Wayne Tillman evaluated DJ and found that he couldn't carry out basic preschool level tasks. Tillman said that his comprehension seemed to be quite limited. His attention span was very short, and he lacks the cognitive capacity to understand and participate in decisions, according to the New York Times. In this final part, before we move into questions, Derek was diagnosed with cerebral palsy and hydrocephalus after suffering multiple seizures as an infant. He learned how to walk after attending a day program and participating in his family's daily routine. In the documentary, John said that while DJ was there and expressed emotions like feeling happy or frustrated, he never had a formal education. So, what are your thoughts about this wild-ass documentary? That was the same response I had while watching the shit.
Like, this desperate, pasty-faced bitch took advantage of that man. I believe everything that she was telling that family was a lie. All the communication and stuff that she claimed he was doing and the stuff he was typing and all that, I believe that was her. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember anybody else actually witnessing him doing this stuff but her. So they only had her word. Mm-hmm. I think she was desperate. And she wanted somebody that she could control. And somebody who she could manipulate. Because he could not think for himself. He could not really do much for himself. His family took care of him. And I feel like she took advantage of the situation. I don't think her heart was in the right place. And I think that I don't understand how her conviction was overturned. I think she should have served more time. I actually think she should still be in jail, honestly, because what I feel like she did was, I feel like what she did was equivalent to rape because he could not consent. I don't believe any of the stuff that she claimed he said to her. I don't believe him asking to see her breast and for her to take her clothes off and all of that other stuff, because why is that she was the only one out of all these people that he was actually communicating with actual words and not with tapping on the table or going over to the refrigerator when he was hungry and tapping on the refrigerator like his mother and them said. And I just think that she should have lost her license to practice and anything
thought she
else.
did.
I think she did. Yeah, she did. You're right. But yeah, she shouldn't be allowed to be around vulnerable adults, children, nothing. She can't be trusted. And she had no remorse. She doesn't think that she did anything wrong, and that's the part that fucks with me the most. So she didn't learn anything. She didn't learn her lesson. She still was trying to see him and all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah. She's a fucking creep. She's a creep.
Creep.
I hated it.
Aaron?
I'm on the fence a little bit. I mean, I'm on the fence about it. It's like, when you look at the outside of it, it's like, she might, you can, one side, you can be like, yo, she wrong. But, personally knowing folks that had cerebral palsy and, and they, I believe that, they want to be treated like everybody else. Where I felt as though, so I looked at it from two different perspectives. Like, say what she was saying was true, right? He was typing to her, and they were actually having conversations intellectually. Like, yo, he's there. Like, he may be there, but it's like, yo, now when you try to explain that to your mother, his mother and his brother, that they don't, they have a hard time looking at, I believe, sometimes they have a hard time looking at. You might have a hard time looking at your person, looking at your kid, like they grown, especially with a disability like that. Because I mean, we see actors with cerebral palsy on there, and they got their wits about them. They can talk, walk.
Because it's different levels to it,
right? So for her, like how she described it, and it's like in the beginning she described it, and then they were saying like these are like. They were showing like the little audio, like I mean the actual like typing or whatever. So I understand that she might have felt a way for him, but at the same time, it's like outside looking in. It's like, yeah, yo, you kind of taking advantage of this nigga. Like you're kind of taking advantage. Even if he's in this position where he can speak for himself, you're dealing with two other people who believe that he's still effed up, and he don't know no better. Like he doesn't know any better. And whereas though you do what a lot of people fail to do with people with disabilities. Like you don't see them as the person. Like, or you don't see them like him as a man. Like you don't see him as a man. You look at him like he a man child, because even the mother at the end of it was like, yo, that's my son. That's my son. That's my baby boy. Like he's always like he's always gonna have a kid mind. And I'm sitting here like, then I put myself in. And
she was a habitual line stepper too. I left that.
Absolutely.
She was a habitual line stepper, trying to tell people who've been with him his entire life what he wants, what he likes. Like when the mother went to give him chicken, and she gonna say, he's a vegetarian. Bitch, what? Did he tell you that?
Since when?
He might be a vegetable, but
D-Man don't even know what a vegetarian is. She kept calling him D-Man. That's what kept pissing me off, D-Man. Because I could have swore they said that the dude was calling him D-Man. I said, D-Man, how Caucasian is that? You whitewashed that nigga name. Like, I'm so confused.
So this whole thing was nothing more than an episode of an overbearing, privileged white woman.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I'm gonna tell you now, but I'm gonna tell you
she had the Karen haircut and everything.
Nah, but see, then I put myself in.
That bitch face screamed, "Can I speak to the manager?"
Yeah, I put myself in D-Man perspective. Like,
You better call him D-Man.
D-Man.
Like, yo,
the fuck.
So I put my mouth. Like I try to look at it through like his point of view. Like, all right, I got cerebral palsy, and intellectually, I'm wetting this white bitch panties. Okay, and then I'm getting some.
I'm trying to figure out how that worked. He could barely walk.
No, she said no. I mean, no. She said she described it like she described how it happened.
I understand that.
They got down on the floor and she rode that nigga to glory.
Yeah, she took advantage. She should be out of jail.
But
because if it was my child, she would have had to see me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But I'm saying,
and it ain't no allegedly behind that. She would have had to see me.
I'm saying it like yo, if I was him, cause then it's like I'm him and shit, and it's like yo, I just got my first piece of ass. And then you hit me with then it's like, oh, now y'all mad at me? Y'all mad at now? I can't.
They not mad at him. They mad at her.
Right. But you're taking my you taking my pleasure. You feel what I'm saying? Because the mother was like, yo, he's masturbating now, and he ain't never done that. Like striking. It's like, yo, that. How would you know? Like, how would you know what that is?
Cause she take care of him every day.
No, yeah. But I'm saying, she was like, how would you know what that is if you never had the sensation? So I'm like. The way she spun it.
Brian, did you watch it? Did you watch the documentary your sister watched?
No, they came in midway through. Him and Gary came in midway through. I was explaining it to them, and both of them was at the table like, what?
Was you high? Was you high? So was y'all high?
Absolutely. Yeah. That would have fucked y'all all the way up. But so, okay, my next question. Where do you think that the situation between them took a turn for the negative? Because to me, in the beginning, it seemed like it was a positive
like she
relationship.
Really was trying to help
she was
him.
genuinely trying to help him. But what point do y'all think it took a turn to was like, well, bitch, you starting to overstep, you starting to go too far?
Around that time, I mean, like Shauna said, around that time where she was saying that they had, I think it went negative for me. Like it took the turn where she was like. They were at the little college thing, you know. They was in a class, and he had started typing and told her to, and he had told her to read it, but she said she was trying to correct it, like, you know, correct it as she was reading, and then, you know, it didn't come out the way that he intended it to, and he looked at her and then wrote like, don't you ever do that again. And it's like, and she said, you know, I never did. You know, I never once did that. I didn't do it after that. And then I think when he was speaking at the, they say he was speaking at the, at one of them colleges, like one of those events to the undergraduates, and somebody asked him about love, and he had said, you know, he would want that more than anything in the world. And she was like, you can have that with me. And I was like, oh.
Exactly. I felt.
Here we go.
At that point was when she should have been like...
She was a habitual line crosser.
But...
She didn't even step over boundaries. That bitch did a backflip over the boundaries.
So speaking as a massage therapist versus, you know, just a person. Yo, once you develop that kind of relationship or those kind of feelings for your client, air quote, you have to move on.
Yeah,
like you have to end all sessions. You got to end all sessions with this person and move on because you like lines are going to get blurred, and then you're going to start crossing unwanted boundaries, and then put yourself. Well, we seen what happens.
And the fact that when the family told her they didn't want her coming around anymore, and she went behind the family's back and wrote that letter to the people saying that they wouldn't allow her to see him and all of that stuff like that. That's where I knew her motives weren't
but even
pure. They weren't pure. So she was trying to help herself. She wasn't trying to help him. She wasn't happy in her marriage.
Look at it from this perspective. Say everything she said was true. Like everything. I'm talking like this nigga. Like they're communicating through the little machine that, you know, that they were using. Right now, he didn't do them no favors by not interacting with the people that came through, because it's like, yo, if you are doing all these things that she's saying that you're doing, and you're trying to prove that you are a man and you can take care of yourself, you know, you can semi take care of yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, show them what you're showing her. Because right now, even if anything that she said was true, he made her look like a liar. Because the doctor was like, because the little psychiatrist or therapist was like, I sat with him for like 3 hours, and He ain't do none of that. None of the stuff that she said he did. He ain't like he wasn't like when he said when he's hungry he'll go over and he'll tap the refrigerator.
Exactly.
Let alone point out a picture of a refrigerator on the thing. I was like, and I'm saying here like, you stupid nigga. Yo, if this is what you want, this is what you say, like this is what you want, this is what you say you want this, you want that semi-independence, yo, show them that, yo, like she ain't crazy, like, yo, she ain't crazy, because it look like this bitch is crazy. Mm-hmm. You got her going dumb.
She literally psycho to me. I thought that while I was watching this documentary, I just knew that at any moment this shit was going to turn into a fucking episode from the ID channel and it was going to say she kidnapped him. Or some shit like I thought that's where this was going.
Yeah.
I promise you. I was sitting here watching. I'm on the couch like.
I'm like, yo, I ain't seen this nigga yet.
When she called and said,
and everybody speaking saying
she's going to see him for an hour and all that stuff like that. The voicemail she left with the mother and all that stuff. She just wanted to see him for an hour one last time and this and this. I really thought that this lady, it was going to take a turn and they was going to say, and then he disappeared, and now we can't find her.
Or he didn't survive or some shit.
Like, yeah, that's what I really thought was going to happen because that's how creeped out this shit made me.
I was sitting here like, yo, I hope he ain't dead, yo, because
he had the right mama, because wouldn't have been my mama. I'm gonna tell you that shit now. Y'all listen. If y'all listen to a few episodes again, y'all got the nice version of my mama.
No, but but like I said,
baby, wouldn't have been my mama back in the day.
Like now, going off of this or the strength of if anything that she said was true. If everything that she said was true, and then it's like, yo, all you gotta do is sit here and talk to these people, because it was like, yo, once she stopped coming around, the mother says, yo, he was pulling her hand, he was scratching her and shit like that, and it's like, yo, if you have means of communicating, then use those means. Show your brother, like show your brother that you got your wits about you. Show
That's why I don't believe nothing Shorty said. I don't believe nothing she said.
Yeah.
But even if like I said, even if you do, it still make her look like a liar because he wasn't doing any of it. And if that nigga wanted to be petty and not do the shit, purposely thinking that, they gonna get her and bring her so he can so then he can talk type shit. It's like, yo, that's not what's happening. Especially not in no police investigation. Like they ain't gonna bring her. They're not gonna bring. You're not gonna get what you want.
They're not gonna bring the alleged victim around the alleged perpetrator. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna do that. So yeah.
The one thing that gave me pause when watching this was the fact that the classmate who helped him. Now I can't remember offhand. When the classmate was helping him with his homework, was Anna in the room with them? Because it sounded like she wasn't to me.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
I mean, a lot of people were saying that. I think somebody said that she knew, she just knew of him, and she never really seen like what Anna was saying. Like I think like the professor was like, yo, she didn't even know the dude. She just knew him as D-Man. She didn't even know like his name is Derek.
Right.
The man.
I'm
still mad about that. I'm sorry, y'all.
But yeah, I think it was at least one classmate where she wasn't around. But then who's to say that? I mean, who's to say that, she just wasn't trying to say the shit because they asked, she looking out. Like I said, I believe that if it was true, he ain't do her no favors. He ain't doing no favors. All he did was push her into the big house faster.
Well, she pushed herself into the big house.
She be all right. She only had to braid honey buns for 2 years.
Next question. Do you think that he did have some sort of intelligence or wit about him to at least get him to the part of sitting in the college class, actually being, not necessarily, he was nonverbal, but being able to differentiate, like, or knowing how to communicate using the Neo, which is what it was called. Do you think that he had enough intelligence to do that? Because I think what I was mentioning previously, or just now, was the classmate said that she didn't help him write like the stuff. It was like he read the books on his own and was able to put together to write a paper. So do y'all think that he maybe had some level of intelligence that maybe the doctors didn't
I believe it.
catch?
I'll say it was a possibility.
Okay.
Because I believe that anything is possible.
And again,
but I don't think it was to the extent that she made it out to be.
I don't know. I mean, it could be, But then again, if it is like that, you can't just do it for her. Like, you got to do it for everybody else. The example that I gave Keita this morning was like, say with us, AJ cool, right? AJ know all the songs. He know ABCs. Ones he can count from like 1 to 100. And then when you get him around,
go ahead, keep talking.
When you get him around, then when he get around somebody else, it's like he clam up and he can't talk. Like, he clam up, can't talk, and then it's like, and then they be looking at us like, well, I thought y'all said he knows such and such, like he does. But it's like, come on, you got it, you have to, the same thing that you give us, you got to give them. You got to give them. Mm-hmm. You got to give your teachers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think that's what it is. It's like, you didn't. Like I said, you're not doing anyone no favors, especially if you're looking for independence. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if you're looking for independence and semi-independence, because you're going to be in supported living for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But if you're looking to get out your mother's house and be on your own with somebody, like with a nurse or somebody coming through every now and then, you're not doing yourself no favors by clamming up and not showing them what you can do, or not showing them what you know. And that's the bad part about it. It's like, even if you have your wits about you, even if you smart as a motherfucker, like, you're not showing them that you can do. Like, you're not showing nobody else what you can do. Everybody gonna treat you like niggas gonna treat you the same. Yeah. And they're gonna treat you like a victim, because legit, that's what happened. Like, once she said, once they and then, so my thing is, how was the interaction though? Like, how was the interaction now? If he's using a Neo, and y'all are in the room with him, do you see him? Like, do you see him typing? You get what I'm saying? It's like, do you see him typing? Do you see him typing? And her just reading.
They didn't have the Neo when she was hunching on him, so I'm confused.
No, sis, what I'm saying is.
So how was he saying this stuff to her if he was nonverbal?
What I'm saying is just like,
she probably had it next to him, next to the yoga mat on the floor.
But what I'm saying is, if they told him about if they told his parents, his mother and his brother, about the relationship, and this nigga supposed to been typing on the Neo, it's like, if you seen them communicate, did y'all not see him using the Neo and her just reading it, or what? Like, how were y'all communicating with him? Because the brother was saying he was talking to him at one point too. So it's like, what's real, and what's hearsay? Because if you're saying that you communicated with him, but then you don't understand that, you don't understand him saying I want to be on my own type shit, and then it's you having conversations with him about it, then is she really wrong? Like, I mean, of course she's wrong, but it's like, is there any validity to what she was saying that they were having?
Right. So because you actually were about to answer a question I have, one of my future questions. So don't jump ahead, because you almost started answering that. I will say, before we move into the next question, one of the most egregious parts of the story to me was when they were in the car with his mother, and she started making these comments. Oh, well, the man prefers classical music, or they were going to church and the mother had gospel on, and she changed the station to classical. Mm-hmm. Or like Shauna said earlier, he's vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat.
Just ill.
I'm done for that. I'm done for the second. I'm done for a second. But
so another question I have: do you think that I also want to say that I hate that the mother and the woman tried to make her come off as this victim, or this naive woman or victim that couldn't tell right from wrong. Mm-hmm. After everything went down, the mother was like, oh, well, she thought in her head that maybe they were together, but she's just naive, and that's just how she is. But this woman was a fucking PhD. She was the head of a department. Mm-hmm. I think she knew right from wrong. do you think that this woman genuinely thought that this man was communicating with her? Or do you think that she basically, after a certain point of working with him, milked it for her own benefit and tried to use that as leverage to facilitate this relationship with this man?
I think she milked it for her own benefit.
Okay.
I do. I think that they became familiar with each other and that she took his admiration or whatever for her as something that it wasn't. And she took advantage of it.
Then.
And she facilitated everything. That's what I believe.
Yeah, but no.
This wasn't no whirlwind romance. This wasn't no when. This is not that. This was not that. This was a desperate woman who took advantage of somebody who couldn't think for themselves. That's what I believe. That's my story. That's what I'm going to stick to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Based on the evidence.
I believe you just said it. I believe you just said that you said it. Like, yo, she might have made this shit up in her head. Like, in her head. Like,
she wasn't happy at home. She wasn't happy with her little 2-bit ass husband. And that's what I believe. She wanted her some black meat.
She married black.
Her husband was black?
Yeah.
I didn't see the husband. I must have looked away. I didn't see her husband.
In that picture with her and the kids, that was a dude.
I did not see her husband.
His face was blurred out, but that was a black man, and they showed the pictures on their wedding day.
Yeah, he's darker than Brandon. He's darker than Brandon.
They were in the car. It's a picture from them in the car after they got married. He was in the front. She was in the back peeking around him like this. And his face was blurred out.
Maybe that's why I didn't pay no attention that he was a black man.
Yeah, I think he was black.
I must have looked away for a second.
He's mailbox blue.
That must have been when my mama called and I had to pause it. Because I missed that part.
Final question.
I retract my statement. My bad. She still took advantage.
Did you answer the question, Aaron?
Shauna was saying. What I took from Shauna was like, yo, she was on both sides. She felt like she took advantage and she facilitated the whole situation. However, she created that relationship in her mind. Like, she created a relationship about him being like nerdy and, intellectual, like nerdy. He was a nerdy intellectual. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh my God, that's what she likes. And I can see that she created it in her mind, because then it was at that point, if it's in her mind, she can mold him to be whatever she wants him to be.
That is.
Like, she can, like, in her mind, they had these intellectual conversations, this little pillow talk and shit, and it's like, she liked him, like, and then she fell in love with him. But I believe, because he was building, he had all this, he's making all this progress. He was walking, and he was doing what you said. What you told
Was he
him.
not walking prior to her?
Mm-hmm. I think
he learned to work at a date program, correct?
The date program as a kid told him that.
Oh, nah, shit. I thought he was going with he was congruently going to the date program and dealing and working with her at the same time.
He's a fucking weirdo. Period.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I do believe that I believe that she created a relationship in her mind, and with all this progress, and he was showing that he was smart. Like, he was smart. He can do a lot of he can do a lot of stuff, and then she just took that and ran with it. He can do anything. Okay. He can do more than you think he can.
I hate to be this person, but I'm going to be. If this had been the other way around, and the genders were reversed,
that nigga would have got lynched,
and the races would have been reversed,
he'd got lynched.
He would have got more time. He would still be in jail.
Nah, that nigga wouldn't even made it to jail.
He would still be in jail.
He wouldn't have made it to jail.
Especially if this shit happened down south.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'd have killed him.
And this was in the 2000s, Aaron. This wasn't in the 1800s.
I said what I said. It's niggas that got hung in fucking Piedmont Park a few years ago.
I remember that.
They
tried to rule it suicide. I remember that.
Yep. Them racist white folk would have got him for hurting that little for hurting that little precious angel.
Yep. She played the innocent card, and it didn't work, but it worked.
At all.
It worked.
So, final question. Do you think that the Essex County Prosecutor's Office botched their case by not allowing the NEO to be used, or the facilitated communication to be used as evidence. Because that's what ultimately resulted in the conviction being overturned. Because there was so much evidence that was redacted in her favor. Mm-hmm. And I my thought process was they were right in the assertion that the prosecutor's office basically removed so much evidence for being able to use for her to plead her case that there was no way she could have won that.
No. It was.
I agree.
It was because I believe she fought an unfair. She fought an unfair fight. Because it, like you just said, it wasn't working in her favor. She could have, but it did it. But then it say that the shit that we were reading was the actual actual stuff off the NEO. So it's like, yeah. But I also believe that all they heard was, or all they seen was, guy with cerebral palsy, can't do this, 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 and then they just left him like that. They turned him into a victim, like the lady was saying, like the mother. It's a way that you can walk. It's a way that you can walk with a disabled person and show how powerful they are, versus what the mother did was walking him in like he was a victim, and because she walked him in, I believe because she walked him in like a victim. And they talked to him and they treated him like he was a victim. Not saying he's not a victim, but the presentation of him tugged on those heartstrings, and they got motherfuckers like she took advantage of him. Mm-hmm. Whereas though I keep in the back of my head, like what if what she said was right, was true. What if he was this person that she described. But the way that everybody else said is I'm the victim, I'm a victim.
Well, I guess the world may never know, just like we don't know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Yes, we do. Niggas just don't want to admit it. They don't want to do the hard work.
So the world may never know, but I think she got what she deserved. She actually didn't get what she deserved. She deserved more time. She should have really went to jail, honestly. I stick by that. I won't change my mind. Nothing can make me change my mind. Do I think they botched the case and that's why I got overturned? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It ended up working out in her favor. But again, she should never be able to walk around vulnerable adults or children no more. She can't be trusted. Next thing you know, she'll say the damn 12-year-old fella. She fell in love with him. I don't trust nothing about him. I'm sorry.
Kayla Turner.
Yep. You see how that worked out.
Aren't they still together?
No, she died. She died from breast cancer.
And they were divorced when she died.
Yeah.
God damn.
So she got out of jail, and I think they went together.
She got out of jail and got back with him.
And they were together.
And got married.
They were together for years. I think they had.
And then they had a couple more kids.
Yeah.
They got divorced. She died from breast cancer.
Yeah.
Damn.
A few years back, yeah. I'm not even going to touch that one right now because I feel some type of way about that too. But we'll continue.
Anything else, Aaron?
Nah, that shit was. I'm just saying, the shit was it was crazy because it was a mindfuck like The Sixth Sense.
I kept saying everybody's speaking on it, and I was like, we need to talk about this.
I'm glad we did though, but I'm saying it was a complete mindfuck because everything leading up to the case is the story that she was spinning. It was like, damn, where he like this, and then even had me feeling like, yo, if I had cerebral palsy, bro, and I had me a little girlfriend, yo, y'all better not take my little girlfriend. It's fucked up. It's fucked up either way. You said out of the 24 years that she was supposed to have been sentenced, she only did 2.
Well, it was 12 years. It was 2 12-year sentences. 2 12-year sentences served concurrently. So she was a 1 12-year sentence.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Right.
But she got out.
In 2 years.
In 2 years, because of the fact that the panel of judges decided that she wasn't allowed to have enough evidence to accurately plead her case, and they let her go after 2 years.
Oh, so they looked at it like y'all actively sabotaged her case.
That's what the panel of judges decided. But all right, well, that was a heavy ass documentary. But they didn't talk about were there civil damages? Did the family sue sue Rutgers?
I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have sued.
They got her locked up.
But
how they sue if she in jail and ain't got no money? Her husband divorced her.
She got off for 2 years. She would have had to do something. I would have took all that bitch little Waffle
Let's
House
talk
check.
about the husband being the MVP. That nigga wrote in that letter.
Fucking character assassination.
He's a pathological narcissist. Like, God damn, bro.
I'm sick of her ass.
I was like, oh shit. She's a pathological liar and narcissist, and I'm tired of this. Man, he's basically tired of the money that at the expense of his family and his name. Like this bitch just bled our accounts dry for lawyers and all that shit. Now and embarrassing my kids too. Fuck that bitch. She need to be put under the jail. It's like, damn, bro. Like the fact that she said, "I will sign in blood."
I think she might have was saying it in jest, but it didn't help her case any because it made it sound fucking crazy. But the fact that I'm glad that the mother set her up and they got her on tape saying what she did to that man.
Yo, that's crazy.
Because that was a supreme setup.
Nigga, all I heard was
boom boom, boom boom.
Essex County Court.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses have been whatever.
Especially heinous.
These are the stories.
Dun.
And with that being said, we're going to take another commercial break, and we will be right back.
Dun.
What are we doing for the? Are we doing a Q&A segment this week, Shauna, or?
Yeah, we can, Chad, because that was a heavy topic.
Okay,
so
let's do a Q&A segment. What we going this week?
Oh, Lord, before we get started, Jesus.
Oh, Lord, it's a fire.
Yeah, fuck that lady. Before we get started, if y'all have any questions, rants, story ideas, topic ideas,
please send them.
please send them to us at askwandapod@gmail.com. That is ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com. You can also reach us via social media. We are Wine and Audacity, the podcast on Facebook and sorry y'all, on Facebook and YouTube. And we are WandaPod _ on IG, TikTok, and the Twitter. You can let us know if you want to be anonymous, if you want to use a pseudonym, if you want to use last name, first initial, or vice versa. I will not. And if not, because you don't give a goddamn, like Cherie Redfield in her old face, who gonna check you?
Check my phone.
Anywho. He said check my phone, I'm so sick of these fucking Karens. Anyway, we're gonna try to break this shit up a little bit. Since we're talking about people with the motherfucking audacity, I'm going to
bitch, that was called Cassidy.
Child. I'm going to the toxic Reddit thread. This is an am I the asshole question. And the title is, am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after seeing her naked for the first time?
What?
That's the title.
Oh, shit. Hey, bitch, why your nipples look like that?
I feel really guilty even typing this. My girlfriend, 20 female, and I, 20 male, have been in a relationship for a few months. Prior to that, we were close friends from middle school. When I finally asked her out a few months ago, we thought this was meant to be because we had such a close friendship and such a strong connection. Sex wasn't my highest priority because I had genuinely loved her. We dated for a few months and it was amazing. And last week she finally decided she wanted to take the next step. She said she had never had sex with anyone before and she was nervous, but I told her it was all right and we were in it together. The mood was very romantic and my plan was to go down on her first. However, when we both got naked and I saw her down there, I felt a bit shocked because I had never seen something like it before. I think the term for it is a outie. Y'all following along?
What, a belly button? What's an outie?
We'll get to that.
Oh, shit.
I also felt a bit nauseous, so I went to the restroom, but luckily I didn't puke. I tried my best to hide my reaction, but she had seen everything. I apologized a lot and told her I just wasn't feeling great and it had nothing to do with her, but she could probably see through my lies. I really felt horrible, especially since I could see that she was really hurt. She left my apartment shortly after. The next day when we hung out, I apologized again for everything, and I told her that it would be best if we could just remain friends, as our friendship was more valuable than a relationship. She agreed, but she also cried a couple of minutes later, and then she left. We have barely spoken since then. I feel really guilty about everything. Am I the asshole? Okay, let me give y'all what a outie.
No, I'm saying
is that he's talking about.
I know.
Please do.
There are women who have large clitorises.
He thought she had a penis.
There are women who have large clitorises that are not covered by the clitoral hood. So when you go to spread them apart, it's just sitting there. Some dudes don't know how to deal with that.
Nah, then when she get turned on, it gets hard.
It gorgeous.
Yeah.
How the blood flows to your penises, that's what it does to the clitoris. So that's what it is that he's speaking about. I'm guessing he's never seen of a JJ where the clitoris was relatively large. I've seen videos. That's how I knew what he was talking about. Break.
I did too. Wow.
So.
Well, I'm traumatized.
Are you? Are you, friend? You traumatized?
I mean, if it looked like it didn't.
It doesn't necessarily look like a penis, but honestly, that's pretty much what a clitoris is. It's just a small penis.
Some of them do.
Some of them are relatively large.
And they look like a baby penis.
Yep. Some men who have penises that look like large clitorises. That's another story.
They call those chodes.
Ew.
It's another story. All you can do is tickle you. That's it. So, are you the asshole? Yes. You're the asshole because your reaction was very immature. Very immature.
Extremely.
And that hurt her feelings. And as a woman, I probably would have kicked you in your nuts. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you.
Bitch ass nigga.
You a bitch ass nigga. I would have kicked you in your balls. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. That was very disrespectful. That was very childish. And if I was her, I wouldn't probably talk to your stupid ass ever again. But that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
That's gross. Ew.
I can imagine. Nah, but I can imagine that she took the pants off, and then he's saying it's like well, what's wrong? Nothing.
Have y'all ever seen the movie The Wood?
Yep.
You remember when he was about to have sex for the first time? And he turned his back and put the condom on, and he turned around and she sat up and was like, Is it supposed to look like that? I imagine that's what happened.
Nigga said, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little embarrassing.
That was me. Oh. I'll do the asshole, yeah. Because you could have responded better than that. She can't control how big her clitoris is.
She cannot.
I might have lost words. Talking about big clitorises wasn't on my to-do list for today, but
it wasn't.
I think it's that big clitoris.
Yeah, I'm traumatized. Might just be the super sweet wine Shauna had us drinking, but I think I'm
blame
traumatized.
it on me.
Yes, Chrisette Michelle, I will blame it on you because it is your fault.
Say it's my fault. Oh, are we doing this again?
No. That moment was gold, but we can't recreate that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, my nigga, like, she ain't got that many songs, bro.
We're going to move past that.
We're going to move on to the next question.
Yes.
We're going to move on to the next one. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Up some more. Up some more. Up a little bit more.
Okay. This next one, I guess this came from the Am I the Jerk thread.
Oh, that's different.
Yes. And the title is My Brother Admitted to a Prank That Drastically Changed My Life 7 years ago. Okay. Backstory. 7 years ago when I was 17, when I was a 17-year-old male preparing for college. I was trying to find scholarships. I applied to a scholarship run by a local family using money from a man in the family who was very wealthy. They eventually announced that a girl from our town had won, and I thought nothing of it. My brother, 27 male, is now in AA and is making amends. He admitted to me that I actually won the contest. He said that an old teacher of his was on the scholarship board and saw him at the store and brought it up to him, assuming that we already knew. But we didn't know, as the letter hadn't come in the mail yet. But after she said something, he knew, and when the letter came, he took it. He was mad at me at the time. Now he doesn't even remember why, and said that he responded to the letter thanking them but telling them that I had received a full-ride scholarship to the school of my choice and no longer needed funding. He gave them his own cell phone number and said that they can call him with any questions. He says that they did, and he just convinced them that I didn't need the scholarship and that they should give it to someone else, so they did. He admits it was shitty of him, but doesn't seem to think that it was a big deal. He doesn't even see the value of the money I lost because I still got to go to college. But the difference was that I ended up with up to $40,000 in debt with student loans. I still owe $35,000, and the interest is counting. The scholarship would have paid out a total of $45,000 over the course of my college education as long as I maintained minimum grades. His prank cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I know he's in AA and the goal is to make amends and fix relationships, but this honestly makes me never want to see him again. I spent college so incredibly stressed over money, and this could have solved so much of it. Yeah. And he did this over something he can't even remember now. Where do I go from here? Am I supposed to let this go? Sorry, this is just kind of a rant. I don't really know what I'm asking other than general advice on how this should affect my relationship with him. I feel like I don't want any relationship with him at all now, but I know I might regret that years down the road.
You're right to cut off ties with your brother over some shit he did that costed you several tens of thousands of dollars. When people go through these treatment programs, they have a lot of them. I think one of the 12 steps is atonement for stuff that they've done to people, or owning up to the stuff they've done to people.
Yes,
but I think they're also told that they have to come to the realization or come to the expectation that some people may want to sever ties with you because of the shit you did to them in the past. Mm-hmm. And if you fuck somebody over like this, like say for you cost me $40,000 out of money that I could have potentially not have had to pay because you were being petty and vindictive over some bullshit reason.
That's $35,000 I could have had in my pocket.
With $45,000 you could have had in your pocket. And now I have to pay student loans back. I would have been like this.
Never go down.
I would have said this. You want to make it up to me? Run me my $45,000 and then we can call it even. Hand out like
the Gross sisters.
Run me my coin.
Bitch.
Yeah, no. You're not the asshole. Sever ties with that man. You can't file a lawsuit against him or something. But at the bare minimum, you need to tell him how you feel. And I would definitely sever ties with that person because he cost you tens of thousands of dollars that you would not have had to worry about in college. And who knows, had you have gotten that scholarship, you could have gone on to become, gotten a PhD or gone on to do whatever else. But because you had to stress about money as a person who was in that situation in college, because you had to stress about money and how you want to pay for school and probably having to work jobs and stuff, that affected the quality of the education you got. Cut him off.
Yeah,
5 times over.
Now.
You don't need that.
Rat.
You don't need it.
Now.
He said, "Old punk bitch." You don't need that in your life.
Punk ass bitch.
Crazy bitch.
Stupid ass bitch.
Crazy bitch.
Yo, dumb ass bitch.
Crazy bitch.
You're just a bitch's bitch.
Crazy bitch.
No, but for real, you don't need that in your life. You don't need that negativity in your life, sure.
I'd like to reiterate that it is okay to cut people off.
100%.
You cannot choose who you are related to, but you can choose your family.
Damn straight.
If that makes sense. I have created my whole family. Some of these folks I am blood related to, some of them I am not. I have other ones who, if I walk past their asses in the street, I won't say a goddamn thing to him. I ain't even gonna hold you. Okay? Fuck him.
The long way.
No Vaseline.
I was about to say
no gun oil. no KY,
Oh.
no bacon grease.
Oh God. No, that sounds like a BLT.
Fuck him.
Not the Crisco.
Because that was
not the bacon bussy.
Incredibly childish and petty. And yes, it happened 7 years ago.
No.
Here's why I'm gonna shake your ass.
Time out. I don't mean to cut you off.
What happened?
This nigga said bacon bussy.
I mean, I don't know why I'm still friends with these people.
Real straight. Shit.
But what pisses me off is that people want to do things to hurt you, right?
And then try to gauge your...
And not even that, not even gauge your reaction. They want to do things to hurt you and then tell you how you should react or how you should feel about it or how you should go about addressing it. You don't get to tell me how
to respond to
I'm going to respond to the shit that you have done to me.
That part.
You don't get to do that.
Yeah, definitely that part.
You don't get to tell me how to respond to disrespect.
That part.
Now, whether I decide to let it go,
that's up to you. But I was
rather I decide to forgive you and never speak to you again, or forgive you and speak to you later on, or beat your ass, or any of that. That's my decision. You don't get to tell me how to respond to disrespect. You don't get to tell me, oh, this is how you should, or this is how you should. No, bitch. How I'm going to respond is how I'm going to respond, and you going to take it and shut the fuck up, period.
Because you wouldn't throw my response if you treated me right the first time.
Exactly. That is.
Old punk bitch.
That is. That is.
Stupid
You
ass
don't get to tell me how to respond to your bullshit. Fuck you and the broom you rolled in on, Broomhilda. You don't. So no, you are not the asshole. You are not the jerk. You are not wrong
at all.
And the part that's pissing me off is I don't even remember what I was mad at you about. But hey, at least I told you 7 years later. Get over it. No, bitch.
Hey, favorite sister. I fucked you up and it cost you tens of thousands of dollars.
My bad.
Love you. Sorry.
Do
you want to make it up to me? Run me my $45K to pay that debt off, and then we can talk.
Hot toy.
But until that day, die, bitch.
Slowly.
Like Tank used to sing. Absolutely not.
Maybe
I've cut people off for far less.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Fuck you would.
Same. Same.
Hell no.
Maybe I deserve.
Do you cuss the fuck out for doing some shit like that? Absolutely.
Maybe I deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
To grab my coat and chase you down the street. Cause that's what's about to happen, bitch. Cause I'm finna run over your baby toe with my car.
Remember the episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta during the Christmas party when Portia chased that girl down the street?
Chase her ass down the alley with a fucking
Portia!
Portia, no! Portia, stop! She's so fucking disrespectful. With an elf costume on. If a bitch with an elf costume start chasing me, listen.
Portia's ass was getting low.
I was on that bitch like, fight back, bitch. Listen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't play with a bitch who thought the Underground Railroad was a real train.
Baby, I deserve.
She don't give a fuck. You don't play with a bitch who went into another bitch house and was acting like her friend and didn't marry that bitch husband. You don't play with a bitch like that. She don't give a fuck. You don't fuck with a bitch who refers to herself as the princess of Thotlandia. Okay?
I love me some Portia Williams.
That Chad Portia Williams stored Gabbana. What's that nigga last name?
Gabbana.
They got that nigga some new teeth and he don't know how to act. I want him to get off the internet. I'm sick of him. I am sick of him. Hey, that nigga a skincare routine and some veneers and he just don't know how to act now. Ridiculous. Oh shit. What?
Shut the fuck up.
I said what I said.
Oh my God.
That's it, y'all, for this. That's it.
That's the only question we got? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That was the second question.
Oh shit. Well, that's the last question? Mm-hmm. Well, this has been a heavy episode.
Ciao.
I mean,
well,
Well, leave it to wine and Audacity to do the heavy lifting around it.
Well, apparently this episode we drinking wine today, and these motherfuckers have a lot of audacity. But
a whole lot of audacity.
With that being said, y'all,
matches my shirt.
Yes, it is the audacity for me and Nelly and Ashanti. Oh baby, ooh baby,
shut the hell up, baby.
If you have any questions for us, feel free to send them our way at askwandapod@gmail.com. That is ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter, or I'm sorry, X, because pronouns and names matter. X, Instagram, and TikTok at WandaPod_, and on Facebook and YouTube at Wine and Audacity, the podcast. Don't forget that ampersand instead of the word and.
Share this shit.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Yeah, let them know. Let them know that y'all like what y'all hear. Share with y'all friends. Share with y'all friends and coworkers. Mama, share with them nurses.
Nigga, my mama can't listen to this at work. They might send her ass home.
Tell her we need 5 stars.
She already be telling the people her daughter crazy.
Well,
be that as it may, we still need that 5-star review and comments.
And
let us know what y'all like. And
what then you like?
If y'all want to hear Shauna say anything,
can you tell me, baby?
And on top of Shauna saying anything, she also selling feet pics because she going.
Oh God!
She just got back from Jamaica, and she depleted that bank account.
I drink a whole lot of rum.
You was in there drinking rum and Red Bull?
Rum and Red Bull.
Wait, that's his name?
Bitch.
His name Rum?
I told you I wasn't going over there messing with they wasn't going to Terry McMillan me.
Stood there like,
With that being said, no, we thank y'all. We love y'all.
We appreciate y'all.
We appreciate y'all as always. And we will be back next week with an all-new episode. More foolishness, more wine,
more motherfucking audacity.
It's always in full supply.
More titties.
Nigga, you said it early. But bye, y'all.
Bye.
See y'all. Titties.
Thank you.
Fucking up the rotation.
What's wrong with you, Nick? Shit.